Right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back to Expedition 33. There we are. All right. So, it's good to be back. Good to be back into it. We're gonna see tonight if, after maybe a little bit of respecking and fixing up our character builds and whatnot, we can actually beat the boss that we left off on last week, and that being that monstrosity right there, the chromatic lampmaster or whatever it is, the abomination type lampmaster creature thing. Truly a horrific creature. Broken conception. I need everyone to go fast. Doesn't matter for you, though. Good enough, I guess. Now what about skills? I have 11 points! Ooh, okay. I can get anything I damn well please. Elemental Genesis can only be cast with one of each. I'm never going to have one of each, honestly. Hell might be worth taking. It costs 9. It consumes one of each of the 3 others. It's AoE, which doesn't actually help me. It might be more useful than Wildfire, though. Right, maybe? I'm gonna unlock it. Let me see, what do I have? I have... Electrify is still a nice low AP skill. Yeah, honestly, I can just replace Wildfire. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Why not? Let's give it a try. Okay, how about Mael? I think Mael is fine with what she has, I think. What's my skill tree looking like? I only have 1 point anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, I messed Minoko's around a little bit. I still haven't allocated anything for CL. Really should have done this off stream. But honestly, I'm probably not going to use her anyway. We'll see. If I wind up needing to. If it's getting really difficult and I wind up often getting to my backup team, then maybe I'll actually spec out my CL, but we'll see. Let's rest, and let's do it, shall we? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. This is gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna let the cutscene play because it's been 2 weeks. Let's see what we got here.
Well, yes, I love darts.
Ah! Alright, not bad. Not bad. Alright, I'm onto it. Ritual. Top, left, right, down. Okay, good. Left. Where is it? There we go! Completed the lamp trial. With 8, I'm gonna Phantom Strike so that I can get a bunch of, what's it called, and I guess in defensive stance, that's fine. Gradient Charge is gonna be handy. right? Yeah, that's probably our... That's got to be our play.
Prepare for annihilation.
Decent damage. Not bad. Ritual. Down, left, up.
The storm is coming.
Down. Left. Up. And it's marked. Even better. Alright, I only have 6 AP. I can set up a Terraquake. That might be good. Yeah, it's probably good. Set up Terraquake. No, let's electrify, because we get to move twice, so let's electrify then Terraquake. So the duration will increase. Yeah, let's go for it.
Thunder. Let the ink flow.
Decent damage. Let's set up a Terraquake. Go. It's not... I don't think it's breakable. I'm not actually doing break damage to it, I don't think. So that actually... That alters my strategy somewhat. Kind of substantially, but it's fine. That can break, but who cares? Dark damage is nice. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta actually think about this, because I now have... I switched all of his abilities. I have to think about what I might do. Enfeeble... It's not powerless. I can set up powerless and then do extra damage with Obscure Sword, which is in Heavy Mask. Only moves me over 3, which to agility, which doesn't help much. Alright, what's Ramessier Bonk? Agile. 21st. Target's break bar. That'll actually... Chevalier Slash. Applies mark. That might be good. That way my L can, Gustav's Homage. That'll put me into Agile Mask. Yeah, no, let's... Right? Yeah, let's go with Chevalier. Let's go with Chevalier Slash. Decent damage. Let's see.
Ready to go.
Damn it. Damn it! You're gonna ritual, aren't you? Damn it! Okay, I can't recover my APs.
Time to hit big.
I wasn't watching. Shit. Okay, I missed it. Let's just Gustav's Homage. We can tank the hit.
For Gustav.
Okay, yeah, okay. Damn it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm embarrassed.
Okay. Fine. You're now going to get 3 turns in a row, and I'm not happy about this. Can I just keep shooting it? I guess. I don't actually need my AP. I need to revive. Alright, I need to revive Luné. So I'm just going to shoot the heck out of it. It's fine. Keep a couple of them. Revive Luné.
Sorry, I failed.
Light. It's fine. Ritual. Okay. Top, right, left, down. Consistent. Good. Alright, skills. I need 2 rebirth. Yeah, I need a rebirth. Damn it. Okay. Can I do anything else first? Like a typhoon, but then I won't have enough AP left. Like a hell. I have... Oh, man, I have what I need to hell. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I don't really need that. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see how this works.
Feel the embrace of fire.
Whoo, that was good damage. Oh, damn. Okay. I'll just use it. That's fine. I can use it up. Worth it.
Feeling better.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, that sucks. And you're gonna ritual, and then you're just gonna... This whole acting twice in a row thing is just disastrous.
Energized.
Instance this. Let's try again. Let's try again. Alright, I can do this. I think I can. I think I can. I have 3 hours. I can do it. Okay, some damage. Ritual. Top, right, left, down. Alright, yeah, I'll Phantom Strike, I guess, here. Yeah? Yeah, we gotta fill up that bar, that gradient charge.
Annihilation.
I can get the Red Rose stance, and then I can go Mach. Really? I thought it was over. I did not realize how many arms the fucker had. Okay. Up, right, left, down. Up. Missed. Right. I can, yeah, electrify Terraquake. That's gotta be the play.
Let us stain them. The toughness of earth.
Okay. Now. Can I apply Mark? No, I can't. I don't have enough AP for it. Okay, I might as well just go Ramasir Bonk to see if... 2, 3, 4... That'll put me back in to Agile Stance, okay. Or Mask. That'll at least... It's a test. I want to see if it'll actually fill its stun bar. Oh, it did! It did! Oh, okay, it's just really resistant to stun. Okay. Oh, shit.
Ready to go. That's better.
Okay, it's fine. Really fine. Right, down, up, left.
I can do it.
Okay, right. Down. I mean, I switched those, but whatever, it's fine. I don't have the AP to do literally anything, so I guess I'm just going to attack? I guess I'll just base attack. Some damage. Some damage is nice until you're exhausted, right? Oh, I am exhausted. Why?
Better.
Shoot. Down, right, up, left. And terribly. Down. I said up. And
The expedition's not over.
I can't mayhem. Shoot. I can at least electrify, which is some damage, I guess. Let's go for it. A little bit. Something. Alright. That's some damage, too. Ritual. Every round, really? Up, right, left, down.
The sweet taste of battle.
I said it, I almost went the wrong way. That round's done. Alright, I can build up its break meter. Or I can Chapalier, whatever. Slash. Move me over 4. 1, 2, 3. Puts me into heavy. Either puts me into heavy, which will give me a good chance to obscure sword, which is very good. Wait a minute. Let's just Ramas your bonk if we can. Let's just bonk. Yeah, break damage. Break damage is what we gotta do.
Here's another dance.
Alright, let's
Liberating.
good counter damage, alright. I dig it, I dig it. Now I'm gonna have to... Howdy, how you doing? Bonjour.
I'll do it.
Massive Sword of Light. Ugh.
Okay. Feeling better.
Okay. At least Minoko's back up. That's fine-ish. Not ideal, but it's fine. I'm stanceless. I can... Stop Zonage. Running canvas. No, I need to... I need to get a gradient target, so I'm going to Phantom Strike again. And it's decent damage. Hi, Imson. How you doing? Alright? Okay, no, that is creeping up that break meter, just freaking barely. I can Typhoon this round. Use 8. Use Hell. Right now, can I? Do I have what I... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it.
Feel the embrace of fire.
Massive damage. Excellent. Love massive damage. Love dealing massive damage, and let's just electrify, shall we? Right? Can't apply anything really nice? Yeah, let's just electrify. A little bit of damage helps. Sim says, hopefully I can stay awake. I literally fell asleep watching your stream on Tuesday. Around this time. I woke up at 3 a.m. Oh, good morning. That's good damage. Down, right, up, left.
That's my favorite part.
Down. Right. have 9 AP, which means I can... I'm in heavy stance. I just have to use Obscure Sword, don't I? I've not finished the Promised Land yet. I still haven't finished Mauler's video on Star Wars Outlaws. It's 17 hours long, okay? I've been working through that one while also just, going through some podcasts and all that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. He's not powerless, which is unfortunate, but... Oh, I missed it. It's not weak to dark damage? I thought it was weak to dark damage. That's decent. It would have been much better. There we go. Those are nice. Ritual. Go, ritual time. Right, down, up, left. Earthquake. Right. Down. Up. I've completed the lamp shrine. I only have 3, so let's mayhem this round, which will give me just 1 next time. So I guess electrify, maybe?
Prepare to meet
Resistant to light. Darn, okay. I guess I can just electrify. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's just go mush. Extreme void damage. Let's just do it. That's it? That was not extreme. Oh, shoot. I really should have done anything that was going to put me into Virtuoso Stance first. Shoot. That was awful. Alright, I need to Phantom Strike in that case. Does I need to rebuild that frickin' gradient charge? I goofed that one really bad. Okay. Ah, man. Okay. Horrible. Okay. Alright, it's gonna do the Massive Sword of Light, and there's nothing I can do to stop it, because it gets 2 turns in a row. Well, that's unfortunate. Color and Heal does not help me. Absorption would help, but I don't need heals right now, actually. My dark damage. Oh, Williamson's working on another post, but Mary is the new Ark, the Ark of the New Covenant. Well, okay, wait, New Ark of the Covenant or Ark of the New Covenant? You can actually say either. Either is actually kind of correct. And Mary is the New Eve. I don't actually need to absorb. I am in Caster Mass, though. Color and Heal. Mass Regen. I don't need it, but now, but I will. No, I need to revive.
Almost lost it.
Unfortunately. Why is he attacking Minoko? I don't get why he's attacking Minoko.
Energized.
Don't really get why he's attacking Minoko. Right, left, up, down.
Let us stay.
Right. Oh, really? Left, up, and only have 5 AP right now. I can reset up a Terraquake. That'll help. Yeah, let's do that. Triggered it. Excellent. Let's just electrify, I guess, right? Yeah, fine.
Thunder.
A little damage. That's fine. Alright, he's at least half. And this is just going to auto go through, which is, again, unfortunate. Get ready. Got it. Didn't already go down. Shit. Okay. It's Phantom Strike again, I guess. That's all we can do.
For annihilation.
And I have enough to rebirth. +0, so very good. Excellent. Earthquake. Plays immediately. Let's go hell. I don't have... Oh, man. Okay. Typhoon? Give me... Yeah, that's worth it. Let's Typhoon. Yeah. More damage over time. Damage over time's good. If I don't die. Okay, yeah. Damn it. Are you serious? Well, at least you're still up. Barely. Left, up, right, down. Adam asks, why does the modern world seem so interested in the philosophy of Michel Foucault? I'm seeing his name everywhere. Because he basically forms the basis of postmodern society. Foucault was essentially the foundation of what's referred to as post-structuralism, which is essentially the philosophical aspect of postmodernism. He really started that trend, and it's okay. There's also a lot of other factors that why a lot of academics find him really interesting. I don't, frankly, find him all that interesting, except in the context of wanting to know what the bad guys are talking about. That's useful. But as far as Foucault goes, he was very, very, very gay. And, you know, that is kind of our state church, if you will. And he talked a lot about, well, he contributed, I would say, a lot to the, I would say, I would go beyond even saying the, quote, gay rights movement. And he went further into what is essentially the foundations of things like gender ideology, and queer theory and things like that. And so he forms the basis of what is probably the most popular set of beliefs in academia right now. And that is a large part of why he is studied, is just because he's kind of the basis of everything. Everything bad, but still everything. The other aspect is that he did manage to play a kind of counter game very well to the perhaps at that point overly rigid modernism. Even though he was a little out of date with that, because modernism had already been strongly challenged by the earlier existentialists. But he did play he strongly challenged a lot of modernist assumptions and authoritarian structures and all these sorts of things. And, you know, authoritarian structures are bad, and modernism has its serious faults. And so when you find somebody who is criticizing bad things, even if he is at least as bad himself, yeah, you can see why there would be an appeal to that. That is something like what I would say. Let's Pellerin heal Luna. Yeah.
I am refreshed.
That'll That'll work. Light, that's fine. That's easy. And good counter. Ritual. Up, down, right, left.
That's better.
And up. Down. Right. And I'm in defensive stance. I can, burning canvas. Yeah, burning canvas. I want to pie release, but I'm in defensive stance already. I'm gonna burning canvas. Nice. I have 0 AP. No! There's nothing I can do. Ah! I can do literally nothing. I hate this. I guess I can attack a couple of times. Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. That's the only thing I can do is just basic attack. Twice. Typhoon. Alright.
Invigorating.
Oh, missed it. Okay.
Energized.
Okay. That was unfortunate. Okay, ritual. Up, left, down, right. Okay, up, left. Oh, man, really? Down, and right. Right. 9 AP, I'm imbalanced. Declare Enfeeble, which might be useful. Yeah, well, let's do it. Let's Clair Enfeeble. That way, next time I can try out this Obscure Sword, this high dark damage for 5 hits thing. That sounds really nice. I said Clair Enfeeble. EP Charm, great! I hate this one. This is definitely the hardest. Missed it. Missed it. Well, I'm not fatigued, at least. Up, right, left, right, down, right. Did that answer, or is there any more that you're interested in there, Adam? Because I did, at some point, put in a fair amount of study. I should. Let's be in defensive. The thing is, I need to be in Virtuose stance next round. So what I should do is Gustav's Homage. Yes, I need to be in Virtuose stance next round for Gamage, because that'll probably finish him off. Yeah, I'm going to Gustav's Homage. Yep. I did it. Decent damage, that's fine. I have still no AP because I'm still exhausted. Can I... Healing. Doesn't help me. Can I energy tent myself? Did nothing. Oh. I did it. Okay. Adam says, I'm just trying to see if there's a connection and difference between philosophical modernism and literary modernism. AI is being unhelpful in answering my questions. Yes, as far as I understand it, literary modernism came first. Or, I think you mean postmodern. Do you mean postmodernism or modernism? I was thinking of postmodernism. Let me answer as if you said postmodernism, and then I will correct myself if I'm wrong. Literary postmodernism came first, as I understand it, and that led into philosophical postmodernism. I think actually artistic, like visual artistic postmodernism, kind of came first, with the Dadaists and that sort of thing. that led into literary, which led into philosophical postmodernism. It's basically a sort of broadening out of scope. It starts off with this narrow focus of what is essentially just questioning the modernist rigid standards of art, and then the various arts, and then of everything. Right. That's kind of what was going on. And Foucault was really the first one to do that last step of, well, we've already questioned our standards for particular things, especially in the arts, but now let's apply that method to structures of reality, right? And question if there are such things. It's an interesting base type. How long does this exhaust last? You're getting too. I can't stop you. Yep. You need to survive. Damn it!
Doing better. Keep going.
Well, thanks.
There's a mayhem.
Still exhausted! Yay! Alright, great. Let's obscure sword, I guess. It's not powerless anymore, but let's just go for it. Let's see what happens, because Marnie had his heavy mask, so let's just see. Damn it, I missed it again. That is a slow attack.
Blades sharp.
Alright, let's... Oh, shit. Damn it. I need to get back into Virtuose stance, don't I? Not burning. I need to Gustave's homage. I'm going to attack twice, which means I need to parry both. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, let's just do it. It's worth it. It's still decent damage.
Watch out, Minoko.
Liberating. Feel energized.
Really? Really? No! How long does the fucking exhaustion last?
Ready to evade.
Ah, shit.
Feeling better.
Okay, still exhausted, but this doesn't help me.
Here.
I guess I'll energy tint Minoko? No, I'll just base attack, I guess. Yeah, I'll just... It's fine, I'll just base attack. It's something.
Danger.
Okay.
Energized.
Well, I didn't need to. Ritual. Down, left, right, up. Down. Left. Right. And up. Alright, Imsim says, that reminds me. I don't know what reminds you, I guess postmodernism. Something crazy that happened, like my input on the matter. Oh, neat. I was driving home from the gym yesterday, praying a rosary in the car with Father Mike Schmitz, and all of a sudden, his car goes 90 miles an hour past me at 65. Nearly hits me, and I can feel the whiplash. As he flew by, I see him weaving in and out of traffic without any signals, just hauling ass on the freeway. In my prayers, I shouted the foul language thing in the middle of my rosary. How bad is that if it was instinct almost getting hit in the freeway? If it was instinct, you're not culpable at all, even if there's something wrong with it. That is also, I think, you could make a perfectly reasonable justification that that is a kind of crude instinctual prayer, or at least you can, now, even if it isn't, you can also certainly train yourself to intend it that way. Those kinds of ejaculations, if you will. You can absolutely train yourself to do that sort of thing. To intend those sorts of things in a good way. Alright, let's see if we can do it. This might just kill it. I really hope this kills it. Let's see. Erase. Yep, there it is. Noir Blanc. Solve the painting workshop's mystery. Oh, that didn't show up. That was a Steam overlay from it. That was a, I think Gabriel was trying to attack. That was nice. That was very nice. At that store... blow tap set. No, I'm never going to use that. Plus 1 EP on base attack. 30? Okay. Alright. Lamp Master's Foot. Oh. Excuse me. What's it do? Lamp Master's Light. Deals high light damage to all enemies 1 hit. Increase damage on at each cast. What? Increase damage at each cast, meaning you can just do only 1 hit. So the more you use it, the better it gets, but it's only Almighty Mask? It's actually not that great. Whatever. Okay, but now what? You mean this wasn't Clea's workshop? I thought this was Clea's workshop. Oh, who's that? There's a boy there. Adam says I have my answer. Literary modernism did indeed influence philosophical modernism. One piece of evidence I found is in the work of T.S. Eliot. A big impact on the philosophy of Nietzsche. Wait, so you actually mean modernism, not postmodernism? Because if you mean postmodernism, yeah, I think I'd agree with that, but I also don't think of... I guess so. I don't think of Nietzsche as a really prototypical modernist. He's really one of the first ones who starts questioning modernism. The beast is no more. I can sleep again. Where shadows fall and monsters flee, in dawn's embrace the soul set free. May she never paint her horrors here ever again. This was it. But, what? Really, though? Oh! Each of those are the 3 entrances. I didn't even ever notice that. Okay, that's very cool. Alright. No, I totally thought this was Clea's workshop. Where the heck is Clea? You mean modernism, not postmodernism. Okay, well, I misunderstood that. Yes, Eliot was a modernist writer. Yeah, no, that I knew. Yeah, that's very much the case. There's a big difference between modernism and postmodernism when studying literary history. See, I don't know. I guess I don't know enough literary history to distinguish them literarily. I mean, I can obviously distinguish them philosophically. They are, again, like you said, radically different there. But I don't know enough about the differences between modernist and postmodernist literature.
Hang on tight.
In some cases, I know which ones are which, but not even in all cases.
Flashing through the sky.
Okay, where the heck is Clea?
Tight.
Babatin.
Flashing
Where is
through
Clea?
the sky.
Smashy smashy. This is interesting. And,
Go.
here's that Jasper Beach. There's a shortcut I don't need anymore.
Flash through the sky.
Well, Leaves I've already been to. Cleared that one already. This is that boss rush tower. Just cleared this last week, Crimson Forest. Or 2 weeks ago, I guess. Whatever. It says, literary history was one of my fields of expertise in grad school, especially American literary history. See, that's neat, because I know nothing about it. I wrote a comprehensive exam paper on postmodernism and American literary history. Okay. So yeah, thank you for filling in some of that. I did, by the way, finish rereading A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, speaking of modernist American literature. Which, man, has a heck of a downer ending, let's say. Am I gonna have to look up where to find Clea? I might have to look up where to find Clea. Wait, how do I land? Oh, A is land. Of course it is. That. What now? What's this? Where am I? This didn't... What? It's kind of phased behind the landscape, I guess. Alright, neat. Huh. No? Nothing of any use here. This stuff all does kind of bear the marks of Clea. Or style, I suppose you'd say. But I don't... Didn't help anything at all. I don't know if he's breakable. When as a realist, is that not an aspect of modernism?
Nice.
I thought at least that that realism was essentially a part of a sort of sub-school of modernism that focused on what would you say, character verisimilitude, something like that. Well, this was unhelpful. That was a weird little excursion, I suppose.
Hang on tight.
This is Flying Waters.
Hang on tight.
Where do I need to go?
Hang on tight.
There's that thing. I'd rather not play with, really, frankly. I've done, I guess, I've probably done enough extremely challenging optional bosses for right now. Maybe even for tonight.
Sky.
I want to figure out what the heck is going on with Clea.
Flashing through the sky. Here we go.
Or, like, you know, where to find Clea.
Flash through the sky.
Oh, realism is a precursor to modernism? Really?
The sky.
Twain wrote in like the very late 19th century. I really thought that was well into modernism.
Flashing through the sky.
That's the thing, because philosophical modernism, like modernist philosophy, the philosophy of modernism, if you will, really began in like the 17th century. Coastal Cave. Alright, no, I've been through there. Alright, I give up. I'm looking it up. Please stand by. I thought I knew. I didn't know I needed to look it up. Located in the Flying Manor, floating island situated on the central part of the continent map. Okay. First defeat 4 bosses: Dualiste, Goblu, Lampmaster, and Évêque. Oh no, that's in the central manor. Okay. Another frickin' Lampmaster, huh? Okay. Alright. In Flying Manor, in the central part. Where? Where? Give me a map. Where's a map? Map. Okay, that helps. Flying Manor. Is that really the Flying Manor? Oh, no. Clair. It's right next to that thing right there. That's not it. Clair Obscur, Flying Manor location. With that. Map. Let's try again. Right there. Is that it? Yeah, that looks like it. Oh, it's a canvas. It looks like. Right. It can't be right. Doesn't matter. Right there. Right there. Okay. Alright. Maybe I've got this. I maybe have got... Let's check our map. Okay, so it should be... right here? Right near... Lumiere. There's workshop. It should be right around here, if I'm not mistaken. I'll see if I can find it around here.
Flashing through the sky.
Is that it?
Hang on tight. Hang on tight.
This might be it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. Really? Literary modernism didn't start in America until we entered World War I. Is that, like, specific to America? Was it elsewhere earlier? Ooh. Ooh, that is some... I love this ambient music. It's very cathedral-esque, but very minor, very dark. I dig it. I don't dig it much. Humans, you must leave. Everything here is just too powerful. That's coming from you. Right after the fracture, this Chroma Maestro appeared. Swish, swish, lightning quick strokes of Chroma, you see. Swish, swish. Then she remade the broken land into all this around us. These floating islands with terrifying aura. This is goodbye. I leave for the sacred river. You're not even going to sell me something? You're not going to fight me? Nothing? Okay, that is the first time we have seen a Gestrel afraid of anything. And that's unsettling. It's very unsettling.
This is where she lived.
Yeah, Clair. You are here. What is this place? It's a home. Here in this canvas. We used to play here a lot with the others. But now the one here, she is not her. She will never be. And she knows that. What are you talking about? Everything is always about her. About her painting, her sculpting. Everything has to be perfect, but perfect I have never been. And perfect she is not, the one who's here now. Maybe it's better to forget all of this. But she's trapped here, behind this door in her atelier. Forever painting. How do we open the door? The colors. We make the color to her paintings. She mocked Aline's creation, trapped by her own paintings. And Evron stole her colors. If we could find them and unpaint them, then maybe she will be free. Very interesting. Literary modernism started globally in Britain a little earlier, at the dawn of the 20th century, 1900. Really? Again, that's weird. Because, like I said, philosophical modernism came way, way before that. Way before that. Which I find a little bit funny that philosophical modernism preceded literary modernism by so much, and yet literary postmodernism preceded philosophical postmodernism by not quite as long, but still quite some time. Okay, this is just a maze. Okay.
Interesting.
Some chroma. Chroma's good. Brulieres, whatever. I mean, you say philosophers were ahead of authors, but they were in that particular context. I guess they switch back and forth, is really what I'm thinking. Alright, okay, so... I'm just gonna Threat Fury, take down its shields, stay in Virtuose Stance. I'm just gonna keep in Virtuose Stance as long as possible. No, I am gonna Phantom Strike, because I'm just gonna go ahead and give it some void damage. And, okay, there we go. Give it some break damage. I'm gonna Terra Quake. Yeah, Terra Quake, good timing already. Playing again. Let's just Electrify, I guess. Ramesir Bonk. Yeah, bonk it. Fill up that break meter, shall we? Swift Stride, I guess? It's not burning. If I shoot it, will it be? Yeah, it is. There we go. Hand-to-hand combo, huh? Ooh! Alright, I need to bonk it, I guess, unfortunately. Back up, Lune.
Can't do this yet.
Let's pop that I can't pop the Terra Quake back up. I can Electrify and then do it. Great. No, I can base attack and then do it. Then I can, yeah, Terrorquake back up.
Danger!
Okay. Woo! Bastard is powerful. Okay.
Oops.
Don't like that. Obscure sword, I guess? Yeah, obscure sword, I guess. They put me in caster mask, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Very slow attack cycle,
A storm is coming.
which is fine. Alright. I guess Mayhem? Yeah, I guess
Prepare
Mayhem.
to meet your end.
And I guess we will... I can't Typhoon. Wish I could Typhoon. That'd be nice. I wish I could Hell, too. That'd be nice, too. I guess I'll Electrify. Just get some more Saiyans up.
Thunder.
I'm stanceless. Gustave's Homage. That should work. Or I can Pie Release. I'm gonna Pie Release.
Witness the flames.
Lots and lots of burns.
I'm ready. Go.
Okay, ready to break. Break it.
A storm is coming.
Typhoon.
The eternity of ice. Let's keep going.
On guard.
In defensive. Burning Canvas. Right? Yeah, that's the move. He's got 30 burns.
Void takes everything.
Mighty Strike. Yeah.
Time to bleed.
Can I do it again? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I did. Nice. Lit Clea's haircut. From my own. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Probably not going to use that, but cool. Good fight. Good fight. Ruler. It's Phantom Strike, right? Yeah.
Prepare for annihilation.
Okay, kill the ads. Well, not all of them. No, it's all of them. Oh, you're not dead yet? Oh, okay. Can't hell. I can Terrorquake. No, I'll Electrify and then Terrorquake. Oops. Oh, it's Clair and Feeble. All enemies, right?
On me.
Oh!
Your turn to shine.
Ow!
chroma is flowing.
There we go.
The expedition's not over.
Ramassier bon. Oh, I should have,
Let's spill
Whatever.
some ink.
Gustav's homage. Just do it.
The Gusta.
Alrighty then. Kill Ram.
Perfect.
My Chrome Catalyst. I should be upgrading my weapons a little more, shouldn't I? Whatever. I'll maybe do it eventually. Anyway, so I will say, before I get into that fight, I did have a bit of a thing I was talking about last time on Tuesday that I kind of want to follow up on. So I had a bit of a rant about COVID and about lockdowns and about the horrors that were inflicted upon us and our susceptibility to these kinds of psyops, basically. And I left off with kind of a downer thought, and I want to expand on it a little bit, because what I left off on was essentially this idea that we have this notion that sunlight is the best disinfectant, that if we can merely expose evil, that is tantamount to defeating it. And I questioned that assumption, and I will question that assumption a bit more now, because I do think that has been shown to be, unfortunately, naive, I think. I was reminded of this in particular by a video from Feral Historian. Great channel, by the way. He does the whole independent academic thing, but from an historical angle rather than from a philosophical angle, and he's great stuff. Examined media, especially from a sort of social history kind of standpoint. And one of his videos is about Serenity, the film finale to Firefly. Now, minor spoilers here. I won't be too specific, but essentially the ending of the movie, and therefore the ending of really the conflict, and implied to be the beginning of the end of the Alliance, the sort of tyrannical bad guy faction, is the release of this scandalous information about what the Alliance did some time ago. And the implication, of course, is that this news would go out and it would dramatically weaken the Alliance from a public relations standpoint. And that was all that really needed to be done by the heroes. That what they did was essentially the first domino that would lead to the fall of the Alliance. And Feral Historian pointed out that this today, 20 or so years, a little over 20 years at this point after the movie came out, seems kind of quaint. Because we, since then, and really until then, but since then especially, have really discovered that is not how things work. Things, horrible, terrible, unspeakably evil things, can be exposed to the entire world, and then nothing happens. Nobody gets held accountable. The bad guys keep being bad, and in fact they do it again, and they do it more brazenly. Because the question has to be asked, well, now you know, what are you going to do about it? Now, I think that there is a very bad side to this development, and there is a sliver of hope as well. The very bad side to this is obviously the realization that we have to do more than just expose evil. Now, what? Great question. I am no practical political strategist. This is not my role. I'm not good at it. I don't like thinking about it. Maybe I'll have to, but I don't like to. And so I don't have answers for that question, unfortunately. But no matter what it is we do, it seems to me that we have to do something more than just say, hey, that's evil. Point it out and it will stop, right? Because I don't think it will. Now the other thing, the other bad thing about this is that it is encouraging, further encouraging to the evil people of the world. When they realize that we have realized that exposing them is not enough, they don't need to even bother with hiding anymore. And all the more often now, they don't have to. They don't bother with hiding. For example, think of all of the various wars that the U.S. has fought in the last couple of decades. Hell, in the last century. Every single one has had a tremendous propaganda campaign leading up to it to convince people that, no, this is something that we absolutely need to do. Excuse me. In my lifetime, that propaganda campaign has invariably involved the threat of nuclear weapons and has usually involved the word terrorism. Now, I think, though, we are getting to a point where wars just sort of happen. They're treated as fait accompli. That the U.S. government, at least, doesn't really see the need to propagandize its people. It just does things. Now, the most obvious example is Venezuela. We are very clearly leading up to an assault on Venezuela. I pray that it doesn't happen, but at this point, it's very, very likely. And there is basically no one who thinks that's a good idea. There's been practically no real propaganda campaign aside from saying words about narco-terrorists, whatever that means. But for the most part, it really is just we're just putting carrier groups down there, and we've been committing war crimes against civilian boats. Cool. That's really just it. That's just what's happening. Now, another example, of course, other examples, going back an administration or two, would be a lot of the aspects of the global war on terror are just carried out. And excuse me. A lot of these aspects are just carried out, a lot of these campaigns, these sub-campaigns, if you will. But the best example, of course, I think, would be the current war on Somalia. The U.S., has been at war with Somalia for more than the majority of my life. What for? Who knows? Did you even know that we were at war with Somalia? Did you know that we've dropped more bombs on Somalia literally every year for the last decade than any other country in the world? Did you know that this year Donald Trump broke the record previously held by Barack Obama on dropping bombs on Somalia? Did you know that was even happening? Most people don't. And those who do, it's kind of hard to make them care, right? So this is kind of the development of the current age, where we don't really need, right, don't really feel the need to propagandize people. They just do things, and people either won't care, won't notice, or if they do, won't do anything to stop it. Okay, so much for the bad side, because there's a lot of bad side. The bright side of this, however, is that with people realizing that pointing things out and finding out the truth is not sufficient, that it forces the mask off of the bad guys, right? That we no longer have to do that step. Because I do think it is an essential step to point out, hey, look how bad this is. Right, this is evil. Like, can you believe that they're doing this? Well, if they're not hiding it anymore, then we don't need to do that step. And it becomes patently obvious that those in power are your enemy. And the more people who act like those in power are in fact your enemy, and not your benefactors, not your rulers, nothing like that, the more of a chance we have of actually doing something about it, of stopping these horrible people. So maybe this is a step in the right direction, even if it's one step forward and several steps back. It's still a step. Maybe there's hope. At least that's my hope. In any case, that is, again, just some more to think about involving COVID, the various propaganda campaigns, all this. There you go. Something to chew on. Something unpleasant to chew on. There's a lot of big bad things here.
Good
I do need to fight this. I do need to get past it. What? Ow! God! There we go. Okay.
I'll do it.
What? How did it move first? I attacked! Oh, shoot. Okay, oopsie. Anyway, I did also include Feral Historian's video in the description, so check that out. Open it in a new tab and then watch it when we're done. Shoot! I didn't realize there was a bunch of bad guys. That's unfortunate. Yeah, let's just do this.
It likes you.
Okay. Well, that didn't... that's very bad.
Time to bleed.
This is very bad. I absolutely need to refine the knitting. There's nothing.
Oops, I'm back.
I got a Terraquake, I guess. Now I gotta electrify the big guy, right? Wait, what's his health? I have to take him down. Then I can Terraquake.
Thunder. A storm
Yeah.
is coming. Danger!
Radiant counter. Dead. Deaded. Ah!
Let's keep going. Ready to evade.
Frick.
Time for revenge. Rest.
You're dead. I am still in Almighty stance. What the hell do I do about this? And I have to run this your bonk. I have to break it. It's the only way to get my L back, I think. I mean, or kill, I guess. I could kill. Killing works. Let's mayhem. Exhaustion is over. That's good. Electrify.
Thunder.
Russian combo. Okay, great.
Invigorating.
Oops. Oops. Shoot. This is very bad. Okay.
A storm is coming.
I have to mayhem. And then I can rebirth. Oh, I need 3. Shoot. Okay, fine. I can live. That way. I got a bonk. Right. I can shoot. He's burning. is marked. Right, that's nice. Let's just bonk, shall we?
I'm ready.
Okay. Really?
Watch out, Minoko. I'm ready. Okay.
Good damage. All right, I can electrify and then mayhem. I think that'll kill. That'll knock it out.
Thunder. Let us stain them.
Yeah.
Prepare to meet your end. Ha!
There we go. Excellent.
Let the ink flow.
Thank you, my dear.
Burning canvas. High release and then burning canvas next round. Or I can just Gustav's homage and do frickin'. No. I will, I'm just gonna burning canvas. Being offensive, which is not ideal, but it's fine. That way I can then Gustav's homage next round. That was very good damage. A lot of my
Favorite part.
Alright, heavy. Obscure sword? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I should absorb. I need health. Heal, maybe. I'm gonna obscure sword this time. I'm gonna risk it. That way I can heal next round. Decent damage though. 30,000. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna electrify and then mayhem. Right? Yeah, that's the play.
A storm is coming.
Can't Gustav's homage. Venom strike. I'll split stride. That's fine. I need to be in virtuous stance.
Brace yourselves.
What? Come on, man. No. I didn't think it could do that again. Dang it. Well, that's not ideal. Terraquake, I guess. Yeah, it's just Terraquake.
chroma is flowing.
What do these do? Skybreak. Not helpful. Electrify, I guess.
Thunder!
Alright, let's see. Damn it. That was bad. That was very bad. Let's just rebirth.
A brilliant light.
I must rage.
Why not? Let's go for it. Hell. Or Typhoon. Is it resistant? Cold. Very high fire damage. Let's just go for it. Decent.
It likes you.
Danger! Ready to evade.
How did I miss that? Oh, God. Okay. Wow. All right.
Ready to evade.
Yeah, okay. I hate that there's nothing I can do about that.
Up we go now.
I wish I could use help. I don't have the AP for it.
Thunder!
It's fine.
Your turn to shine.
Mine is dead.
Watch out,
Okay.
Minoka!
Missed. Fine.
Your turn to shine.
Damn it.
Refreshed. Invigorating. Foolish move.
And you're dead. Very good. Alright, you need to be, broken. You need to be broken. We would break you. Yeah, Ramas your bonk. Let's just do it. Get my ally. Yay!
Violence.
Might strike. Very good damage. Okay. Phantom strike. Okay, damage.
Violence, yes.
I'm gonna run this your bonk again, so I can. Right? No, I need absorb. I need help.
Energized.
It's pretty good. Swift stride, right? That's not burning. pretty good. Okay. Balanced. I don't have any AP.
Foolish move.
It's Minoko. Okay.
Finesse and
I'm not a fan
grace.
of that. Okay, let's Gustav's homage. What? Okay. Let's again.
Edified.
On ya.
One. Yeah, it's fine.
Guard up.
Okay, ow. Fine. Like that, right? You.
Thunder. Let the ink flow. Toughness of
Your turn to shine.
Okay. That's not good. Gotta see a bonk. It's gotta be, right? Gotta be the play.
I love dance. Energized.
Finesse and grace.
Excellent. Dead. Now. Nope.
Minoko, hurry.
Didn't even see that guy still alive, but okay, cool.
Why, yes, I love a dance. Oh, really? I love a dance.
I gotta bring it back up. Let the Phantom Strike looking defensive. That worked.
For annihilation.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Feel energized.
Shoot. Well, good thing I brought my L back up, right? Chapelier slash, right? Wise mark. Yeah. Lorette Fury? Or just attack. I could just base attack and break it. I'm just gonna base attack. Excellent. That'll work.
Blades sharp.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, good damage. I can't Typhoon. Darn it. Okay, I can Terraquake. Or I can Electrify, then Terraquake. I'll do that.
toughness of earth.
On fire.
Oh wait, why did I do that? Shoot. No stances. Dang it, I hit the wrong button. Okay, I have enough AP to do anything useful, so...
Let the ink flow. Thunder.
Finesse and grace.
Okay,
Finesse and precision.
okay, we broke it. No longer stop. Darn. Okay. Let's enfeeble it. Why not?
A storm is coming.
Man.
Thunder.
On guard.
This is pretty stupid damage. I'm digging it. Don't have anything to really do. I would waste time. That's good damage. Eats Minoko. That's great. Oh, no, not a fan of that. Spits out, but wait, what? How did that happen?
A storm is coming.
What? Now I'm just confused.
Prepare to meet your end.
It's homage, I guess, right?
Careful, my elbow.
Imsib often wonders if you eat spicy Mexican food, do you ever say it's hot or caliente? I usually say spicy. Because I am, how do you say, polite. Can't. Could Pellerin heal, but already powerless. Yeah, I guess I'll just... Sure. Won't hurt.
The back.
And Shell. Shell is nice. I don't even have enough AP for Mayhem. The base attack, it will have enough AP for Mayhem.
Sweetest battle.
I have no AP for anything. I guess I have to just base attack, huh?
Wow. Being likes you.
Danger. Feeling better.
That's not ideal. Imsib says, on another note, what Catholic Bible do you use? Which do you recommend? How should a Catholic conduct Bible study, alone or in a group? I mean, conducting a Bible study implies a group. I tend to read my digital, because I'm newfangled, I guess. I tend to read digitally, and I tend to read a side-by-side Vulgate Dewey Reeves. Just because, if I'm reading, just for the sake of reading, I will read it in Latin. Quite frankly. If I'm using a reference, I have an NASB that I'll actually use for reference and such. But like I said, for the most part, I will actually use I'll actually use the Vulgate. I'm just gonna read it. Alright, let's throw out the Terraquake again.
It likes you.
What? What is this?
Keep going.
Have it. What? Frick. Can't do anything anyway. Wait, is that... should I risk this? Don't. Do I still have Terraquake going? No, I don't. Shit. Let's set Terraquake. Triggered it. Go. Electrify, I guess.
I'm ready.
Really?
Yes, I love a dance. Invigorating.
Ramasio Bomb. Almost filled with break. So freaking close. Okay. Base attack, which will give me enough to
A storm
hopefully.
has come.
Yeah, hopefully this will do the damage. Break it. Yes! Alright, that was perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Red Fury, I guess.
This.
I need to stay in Virtuous. Desperately. This will be worth it, right? Buddy Strike? Yeah, that did it. Okay, good. That was very close. Increased counterattack damage, huh? I got upgraded Abyssaron, Amazon, Virgin Skin. That do. Alright. Cool. It's been so long since I've seen anyone. Strength. That's a lot to fight the merchant for. Martinon, Sidaro. Alright, Martinon. On Twilight Start, deal damage to all enemies based on the amount of turn. The hell is Twilight Start? Seashellum. Shield on switching to offensive stance, that's useful. If stanceless, base attack switches to offensive stance. 50% critical chance when in offensive stance. Elarim. Consuming the Earth Stain applies one shield. Increasing Earth damage with skills. Base attack generates an Earth Stain. Gisam. Light damage from skills to physical damage. Physical damage from skills. Minus 1 AP cost for physical skills. Gisam, that is for Gustav. Sidaro, let's see what's this. 30% increased damage per upgraded skill used. Resets on using a non-upgraded skill. Ah, okay, interesting. Base attack spins the bestial wheel to a random value. Using an upgraded skill gives 1 AP to all allies. That is quite useful. Let's fight the merchant. Let's Mael have at it. You have full health. Oh, you have friends? Why do you have friends? Excuse me? Rude. Very rude. That's unacceptable. Try that again, shall we? I didn't realize that you had friends. I was not ready for that. Wait, now I'm ready for that. Okay.
Ready to parry.
I'm not ready for that. What did I say about a Bible study? Probably, I mean, Bible study implies group, that it's a group sort of studying together. So you can do that. Do it that way. All right, let's fight the merchant. Try this again. 3 reams from Loretto Publishing. Just found out it's a look at Loretto.
Ready to go.
There you go. You're dead. Next. You're dead too. Let's see. right? What's Burning Canvas? Right, the next time I'll release, it's probably better. Yeah. Ow! Really? I was reading more versions of the Blessed Anna Emmerich, more visions of the Blessed Anna Emmerich. She mentioned seeing angels carry the Holy House from Nazareth to Laredo. Interesting. Holy House. Like, the Holy, like, the Holy Family? Like the household of Jesus. Is that what you mean? I need to get lock in. Also, it's getting late. Not that late. I don't actually know if I'm gonna go all the way to midnight tonight. We'll see. We shall see.
Okay.
Fuck! Okay. The guy who acted as a scribe and wrote her visions might have embellished them, Imsim says. The core of them is probably intact, but the guy was a poet and a novelist. He also had mommy issues. Scribes do that sort of thing, unfortunately, often. Let's try this again.
That's better.
You're dead.
That's better. Let's shuffle.
And she, Blessed Anne, as a maternal figure, a bedridden nun, he was so eager to be by her side. After his death, they discovered many maps and other sources in his study, and he believes he added his own flair. Yeah, that is kind of typical, perhaps unfortunately. Yeah, I guess let's Burning Canvas, and then we'll probably release next turn. No, we will high release, and then we'll Burning Canvas next turn, because it'll do more damage. And that'll be much more damage output.
Witness the flame.
84 burns is a lot. Voice. Actually, we need to do something that'll put us into Virtuoso Stance, which will be Swift Stride. Yeah. There we go. Not a lot of damage, frankly. Back! I did the little arm cock thing. I was not ready for that. Okay. Oh, and embellishment. Oh, I skipped. Such as the 19th century racist European views about Africans being cursed descendants of Ham. The Vatican did not take her visions into account when beatifying her. They claim she was indeed a mystic who had visions, but sadly her visions were not accurately written down completely, though some aspects are considered to be authentic. You need to sift through. That makes sense. If nothing else, the need to sift through. Be a bit cautious about what is authentic and what is not. I temporarily give up. Let's just try this. I don't want to do this for any like real boss fights, but for this stupid stuff. Wow, that was really wide window there. It was massive more damage. Holy crap. Okay, I guess it was just a high roll or a crit or something. Imsim says, now I see why your visions are not scripture, clearly. Or why visions do not become scripture. They don't have the guarantee of the Holy Spirit, like scripture and sacred tradition. That is absolutely right. absolutely right.
On me.
Did not expect a second hit there. Let's Swift Stride, right? Can't get Gustav's homage.
Okay. Ready to go.
Does he do that thing where he does more hits each turn? Because that's dangerous. Let's Burning Canvas. By 1 burn per hit, damage increase for each burn. Yeah, he has 84 burns.
Void takes everything.
Better to take no damage, otherwise he's gonna die. Stay marked. Already have one of those, okay. It's just an upgrade. It's a significant upgrade, but it's still an upgrade for 122,000. No, that's not worth it. Accelerating shots, 20% chance to gain rush on free aim shot. That's really good. Radiant Breaker, 50% increased break damage with gradient attacks. Okay. Burn duration increased by 2. That's very good. That was worth it. Break Specialist. Ah! That's... No, I don't like that. Slowing Break. My slow and break? Nah. Radiant Breaker would have been the next thing I would want, but this was so worth it. Longer burn. Excellent, 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 excellent.
Yeah, he's flat. I keep.
Okay. I'm gonna give that to Mael. Ring attack. Longer burn. Where's charging attack? 7. I need to get rid of 4. If I get 5. Like an ally. I use that a lot, though. That's the thing. Cleansing Tint? Healing Tints also. I don't use Healing Tints. Why do I even have this? Oh, because that would have made that spectacularly easy, the Lampmaster fight, because I would have used him to heal Lune. I really have to remember that he has that. Okay. Whoops. Energizing Jump. Let's do this. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, that'll work. Alright.
Useful.
Yeah, that is actually... Okay, so... Visions, that is to say, private revelation in general, should be taken with something of a grain of salt. By something of a grain of salt, I mean, like, a heck of a grain of salt. I'm just gonna wait. Go over this way. Like this little goblu. It's a goblu, right? Wait, what? There's no thing here. I can't go over there. Interesting. Okay, fine. I guess I'll fight this thing. Hold on. Do I have anti-blight? Yeah, I do. Does everyone have anti-blight? Yeah. I need it for this guy, I think. There we go. Mystical visions and really private revelation of any sort is very importantly not not of the same status as public revelation, let's say.
Prepare for annihilation.
Take it.
Thunder.
Oh, it's resistant. Oh, great.
Toughness of earth.
Absorbed? Excuse me? Shoot. That's very bad. Okay. Enfeeble? Yeah. That's good.
Let's dance. It's better.
Nice counter.
Let's spill some ink.
It's very resistant to a lot of my damage. That's not good. Anyway, but yeah, Impsim says, I already have a gym and I'm doing great, down 13 pounds in 1 month. But all I get are these ads now. Is this exploitation, commercialization of Catholicism? Is this ground for flipping tables? Wait, what ads? Did someone just play an ad on my live stream? What ads do you mean? Because if this is any, if anyone wants to know, I don't put ads on my videos, any of my videos. I encourage every viewer I have to use an ad blocker when watching my stuff. No, I guess I didn't get the message. No, it doesn't look like it went through. Ads on Instagram. Okay. Interesting. Absorbed. Shit. How do I end Terraquake? Let's go with hell. Woo! Okay. What are the ads for? I didn't get the part that they're ads for. Ads say, I get ads that say, Catholic men, are you tired of being unfit? Do you want to get jacked like Father Mike Schmitz and Bishop Barrett? Then click my link and type holy to get a discount on my plan. I mean, look, that is... I don't see a problem with that, honestly. If anything, it's maybe in kind of poor taste, but it's I don't see a problem with it. If anything, the reason it might be in poor taste is because I don't know if you heard about the Father Mike, but he recently fairly severely injured himself working out. I don't know if you saw this, but he was talking about it a bunch in his recent interview on Pints with Aquinas. Like, I think twice recently, he severely hurt himself working out. I don't want to deal with you. I'm just going to avoid. Come on. There we go.
Useful.
Gonna move right along. I'm gonna avoid all these bad guys. I could fight them. There's probably some decent rewards for these, but I don't feel like it.
Lovely.
Adam said, oh yeah, those are ads from Joe Gerald. He's a Catholic bodybuilder. Oh, I've seen some of him. I haven't seen that. I don't think I've seen those ads. But I've seen some of his like content, I think. Just like popped up in like reels basically or whatever. All right, so this Goblu is actually one of the bosses, so let's deal with this properly. No, listen. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it jumps. Really?
Danger!
Okay.
Ready to go.
Okay. That wasn't good. Let's Phantom Strike, I guess? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Prepare for annihilation.
A storm is coming.
Let's Electrify and Terraquake, my usual starter combo. He's weak to it. That's good.
What lovely feet.
Okay. No. Imsip is skeptical about Bishop Baron being that super buff. Bishop Baron is a Giga Chad. The man, even now in his, what is he? Like, he's in his 60s. He is built. He could absolutely outbench me, and I'm like 30. I'm like 34. Imsip says, I also learned early on in my fitness transformation to not take advice for losing weight from bodybuilders. Yes, the stuff they do is different than from what we're doing where I go. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I have bodybuilder friends. You don't. That's a very different thing. Alright, so if I do... Sapling Absorption. Your sword. Iron Feeble. I'm going Feeble. That works.
Ready to go.
Invigorating.
Nice. Melee combo, okay.
Let's keep going.
Time
Missing the
to
first
make
one. It goes way faster than I think it does. Gym is mainly a weight loss gym, getting muscular, but not Arnold Schwarzenegger big. No, yeah, bodybuilding is very different. It's a sport. It's a sport on its own. It's not just a fitness regimen or anything like that. No, not at all. Gustav's homage. Yeah. Burning canvas. Yeah, let's burn canvas. No, let's Gustav's homage. Let's Gustav's homage. It puts us in virtuos. Then I can power release next turn.
For good stuff.
That's also a weakness, which is very good. Good damage.
Bromide is flowing.
Regimen consists of eating cleaner, high-intensity training, non-stop for 50 minutes with 2-minute breaks every 8. Okay, legit. That's pretty legit. Let's Typhoon.
The eternity of ice.
Heals everybody, which is even nicer.
Okay.
And then Mayhem, right? Mayhem's gotta be the play. I don't have enough for Hell. If I did, that would be bitchin', but I don't. So let's just Mayhem.
Prepare to meet your end.
On me. That's better.
Better.
Nice.
We're overdue for some mayhem.
Absorption, right? I guess? No, Bonk. Ramasir Bonk will take him, will stun him. Let's do it. Broken. Break him,
A
whatever.
bit of violence, yes.
Please, immediately. Let's Mighty Strike.
Let's keep going.
Let's Hell. No, let's Electrify first, then Hell. Because I have 2 turns, so let's just do it. Make good use of
Now's
them.
our chance. Nobody dies.
Massive damage.
Spill some ink.
High release. Yeah, high release.
Witness the flames.
94 burns, baby. Oh, this. Fucking thing. Okay. Many flowers.
I want to choose.
I'm probably going to want to Clair and Feeble. I could Ramasir Bonk. It only takes 2. Actually, you know what? I will. I'll Ramasir Bonk. That'll get him the rest of the way. Build up there. I'm going to shoot all these vendors. Well, maybe not all of them, but like as many as I can. And come on. Bonk. Okay, it's stun meters. Now it's full.
We've got work to do.
Okay, Mayhem will not break. But I can electrify and then do it. That'll get me, yeah, that gets me where I need.
Chroma is flowing.
Whew. Yeah, Mayhem also do. Broken. 220,000 burn damage. Woo! Swift Stride and then Burning Canvas next turn, right? He gets moved twice before then, though. That's rough. That's really rough. Yeah, no, that's best.
Energized.
Damn!
Chroma is flowing.
Terraquake. It's Terraquake. Wait. Mayhem only takes 3, so I'm gonna shoot these 2. Let's Mayhem. Might kill. No, not quite. Okay.
Sweet taste of battle.
Angel... Bonk? Yeah, let's bonk. Broken. Love it. Can't obscure sword. Damn it. I can enfeeble. Oh, Burn did it. Okay. All right. 1 down. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
1 down, 3 to go.
What's this? Beautiful. What it is. Hey, buddy. You've conquered your foe once again. Would it take you back to the plaza? Yes, please. You. We're back here. Now he's all chroma'd. Chroma'd up. Alright, let's rest. Alright, so before we get too deep into anything else, I want... Oh. I can't go that way. I had an odd dream the other night, and it was about suicide. But not what you think, thankfully. No, it was more about trying to convince someone. This was, honestly, someone more or less based on a combination of some of my Canadian friends and some of my students. Basically trying to convince someone that you can, in fact, that it is in fact right to try to convince someone not to take their own life. Now, this is something I've talked about before, right? I've talked about this actually quite a few times in quite a few different contexts, but this is something I go through in my classes quite often, which is why it's kind of, kind of manifested in that particular way. Yeah, it's one of those questions that should. Wow, that's really cool. Sorry, art design. It's one of those things that should be a spectacularly easy thing to argue for, but in our modern sort of self-creating context, it's not always so simple. Intuitively, we all know that you ought not to take your own life, and if someone is considering it, then the right thing to do would be to try and stop them or convince them not to, right? Is to pull them back from that ledge, whether figuratively or literally. Now, convincing somebody of that is difficult because, again, we might have to ask things like, well, who are you to say what is best for someone else? And we often do say very silly things like that in our deeply twisted, let's vaguely call it a society, even if it's a stretch to call it a society ultimately. But we do, I think, have that kind of oh, hello, whoopsies. We do have that instinct to say, well, who's to criticize someone for pursuing their own particular ends, what they want to do, and if what they want to do is, well, if their end is their end, so to speak, as Rob McInerney puts it, then who are you to say otherwise? Right? Now, that is, I think, somewhat difficult to answer. No, we can't answer it, and we must answer it, I think. I think that it's critically important that we do answer this kind of question.
It likes you.
Take cover! Nice. Keep going.
Okay. Offensive, I can burn canvas. I can't Pyrolese. Just have some Homage, that's fine. Let's just beat it up.
Now is our chance.
Anyway, the yeah, let's do it. But in any case, it's we often find ourselves in this sort of conundrum. We, meaning modern people, modernists or postmodernists or what have you, that we find it very difficult to criticize ends rather than just means. Because if someone were to say, "Well, no, my intention is to end my life for whatever reason that might be, because life is hard, or I'm suffering greatly and I want to avoid that suffering, or whatever it might be," right?
Finesse and grace.
A storm is coming.
Let's whichever, it doesn't matter.
A storm is coming.
A bit of violence, yes.
Okay.
I didn't think I was gonna make that. Very nice.
Turn up.
Real energized.
Would be great. Okay. I should do something that will break, shouldn't I? My base attack will break. That'll work.
Blades sharp.
Alright, the burn will absolutely... Oh, that took care of it. Never mind. Oh, Lord. Alright, let's... I don't need Typhoon. Is anyone missing health? Yes. I might as well, so it'll heal Minoko.
Energized.
Also dealing some nice damage. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. What I learned Illumina. Illumina learned! Anyway, though, the more interesting part of the dream was that this was a bizarre context, and it was a very academic context, frankly. It was not like I was convincing someone not to go through with it. That would be one thing. So that's actually very difficult, I think, to actually try and convince somebody that they ought not to, take their own life. That's I would assume, not having done so before, that is spectacularly difficult. I'm gonna shoot you in the face first, shall I? Oh, that didn't do anything. Okay, whatever.
Your turn to shine.
Really? I can't parry that. Okay.
Flow. A storm is coming. Ready to evade.
Really? I can't parry. It's very strange. Okay. That's fine.
I'm ready. Better.
I hate this. Woo!
Your turn to dance.
Ow. Really? Missed. Okay. Offensive. Bastard.
Finesse and grace.
Yeah, let's get stop so much. That's fine.
Augusta.
Damn it, really? That's awful. Anyway, so I'm gonna pause here because I'm gonna finish my thought finally. So the odd thing about this dream is, like I said, it was a more of an academic context. I was basically trying to explain to this person. I got the impression in the dream that they wanted my advice on how to convince someone else, and so it had this high pressure to it. It wasn't just a merely academic context. It was like, how do I do this? How do I explain this? But she was skeptical, right? Skeptical as to whether even she should try and convince someone. And so my explanation, of course, hinges on the thing that most of my philosophical explanations hinge upon, which is the convertibility of the transcendentals, particularly of goodness. Right? That to be is to be good, and to be is good. Right? To answer Hamlet's quintessential question, please stand by. Please stand by. To answer Hamlet's question to Dear Yorick, to be, or come on, get in frame. Here we go. To be or not to be. Well, the answer is obviously to be, right? Being is necessarily a good thing. It's always worth being. Can this guy hit say there? Yeah, excellent. My little skull can hang out on my shoulder. I found this in my classroom a couple years back, by the way. After it stayed there for a couple of weeks, I decided that it would be coming along with me. Anyway, it's a nice little memento mori reminder. A nice wooden carved skull, very cool. Anyway, so the point here, of course, is that it's not just the typical natural law response. Right? The typical natural law response is something like that. That suicide is always necessarily irrational because it necessarily involves the thwarting of all of your future and current ends. Right? So it is innately contrary to any ends that you might have or any ends that you might be pursuing. But beyond that, that isn't the route that I usually go with. I would say something more along the lines of being in goodness, right? To think that there is some good in non-being, right? Think that life is so terrible in any particular case that it would be better not to be is always a mistake, because it is a misjudgment of the good of existence. It is always good to exist. It is always better to exist than to not exist. Always, in every circumstance, without exception. And so missing that, not understanding that, is the only reason for, hey Bates, how you doing? Would be the only reason for choosing non-being over being. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of oneself and of reality. So that is where I would go with, and essentially this really amounts to, it is that life is, even a difficult, tragic, and painful life, is always worth being, worth living, worth existing. It's always better than not existing. Because not existing is as not as close to it. It literally is pure evil. It is pure bad, untrammeled by any goodness at all. Which is also, by the way, unrelatedly, I suppose, why I'm not in any way an annihilationist, or I don't believe in what's called conditional immortality. Absolutely not. I think that is utterly heinous. Which is the theological doctrine that rather than God sending or allowing those who reject Him to go to hell, to be eternally tormented in separation from God, that in order to avoid that, God rather annihilates those who reject Him, who causes them to no longer exist or allows them to pass out of being. But frankly, that is way, way more horrifying than eternal conscious torment, the worst of eternal conscious torment. Non-being should be, to anyone who has a notion of what it means, should be utterly dreadful. The most dreadful thing possible. And yeah, Baze, Chesterton did have a great chapter. It's called The Flag of This World, I think, in Orthodoxy. I'll link it. If I can find a good audio version. There should be a good audio version on YouTube. It's definitely worth reading or worth listening to. Down. Very good chapter. It's also extremely controversial. Whenever I share any section of that chapter with like anybody, immediately people are greatly offended by it. Extremely offended by it. I'm gonna base attack you, so I have an extra AP. Couple AP so I can type in.
The eternity of ice. Nobody dies.
Oh, you shield him.
That is violence, yes.
I need something that does multiple attacks to multiple people. 20 hits, 5 hits. Yeah, that'll have to work. After a stance, though. Three. Nah, I gotta do sword. Damn, really? He's icy. Okay, so I can electrify you. That'll take you out. Right? Yes, and then I'll mayhem you.
Thunder. Now was our chance.
Did that not work? Yeah, it did. Okay.
Good.
Good hell. Yeah, that's gonna be better.
Feel the embrace of fire.
Oh, resistant. Oh, maybe it wasn't better. Whatever. Oh, Bay's going back through Tolkien's Letters from Father Christmas. It's festive and so touching. I haven't actually read those. I read his, I love his poem. His Christmas poem. I forget what it's called, but I absolutely adore it. And Virtuose. And Pyrrhus. That might be useful. Bunch more burns. Yeah, let's Pyrrhus. 94 burn is great. I dig 94 burns. Love 94 burn. Clair and Feeble will increase damage and it'll be powerless. That's always good. If I get a parry, then I will knock him out. Not even kill him, but probably knock him out. But they didn't break? Oh shoot, he doesn't have parry break thing. Okay. Sesso. Alright. Alright, this thing. This will be fun. Whatever you are. Let's try it. We might have to wrap it after this one. It's entirely possible. Gargant. see them there. Okay, that did it. Okay. I'm really lucky those ones have a frickin' wind-up. He wrote his kids letters to his Father Christmas for 22 consecutive years. That is adorable. I absolutely love it. I love that. Alright, let's pie release. Hopefully this doesn't put it into fire form.
Witness the flames.
Yeah, it did. Shit.
The storm is coming. The storm is coming.
Mayhem will switch it back, I think.
Prepare to meet your end.
So it'll do ice damage. Yeah. Excellent.
Ready.
Haha! Nice.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
Ooh! That was a
Your
lot of
turn to
punches.
shine.
Dodged. Did feeble. I'm doing feeble. Yeah, that's best. A what? I'm sorry, what?
Let's dance.
Better.
Ready to go. Okay.
Barely dodged, but I dodged. Not exactly a perfect dodge. Let's just burning canvas. Puts me into offensive. That's fine.
Now is our chance.
Okay, I can hell. That will do massive damage. Or I can electrify, which will get me. That'll give me the stains I need for it. Perfect.
Thunder. Now is our chance.
It'll switch its stance though, and it'll heal from all that burning. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should Terraquake instead. Yeah, I should. Ah, that's a lot of damage, man. No, I can't waste all of that. Whoop, my skull. I can't waste all of that burn. I have to Terraquake. That's such a freaking waste. But it's fine.
Take cover.
It likes you.
Oh, that didn't shoot. That missed the parry on that. That's not good. Bonk! I'll knock it out. Yay! That broke. Mighty strike.
Time to hit big.
Roma is flowing.
Mayhem? Yeah.
Let the ink flow.
Energized.
Yay, that worked. I'm glad that worked.
Better. Ready to go.
Ow.
Brace yourselves.
Okay.
What lucky feet.
Thoughts on the Halo app? I haven't really played with it. What was that? Oh, well, fine. This might be a problem. Swift stride? Yeah. Ow!
That's better.
Watch out, Minoko.
Oh, good.
Let the ink flow.
This should do.
Your turn to shine.
Ready to go. That's better. Ready to go. Lune, watch out!
Halo, I think. Imsim says, I've been using it to follow Jonathan Rumi's Advent 25 Days of Christmas. It's him and a sister who do a contemplative imaginative prayer session meditation. So, like you do Vina, basically. Tell you to close your eyes and imagine you're on a boat with Jesus, and he reaches out to you and says, follow me, things of that nature. Yes, no, that is absolutely rooted in Catholicism. It's part of the Ignatian spirituality, essentially. It's a Jesuit way of, essentially, of reading scripture, but not exclusively reading scripture. All sorts of things. Ramas your bonk will... Yeah, that's fine. Stun. Agile. Appling absorption.
Sharp.
Wasn't great. Hereditary. So better than the Sam Harris meditation app. That is a low bar. Excessively low bar. Ooh, immune to burn? Ooh, that's quite nice. An anti-burn. Alright, well, let's move right along, shall we? Gotta be something up here. Close enough to out of time. But, let's wrap things up, shall we? Oh, Grey Lampmaster, yay! My old friend. My wonderful old frenemy. Just dealt with you. Well, given that what the thumbnail is, I guess I have to finish this one tonight, don't I? Oh, shoot. Given that the thumbnail is lamp.
Good stuff.
Hey. It's all red this time. That's fascinating.
On me.
Oh, 240,000 damage.
Let's
What
Let's start.
Ready to go.
the hell was that?
Shut.
Okay. They use the Reed of God book by Carol Houselander. I've never heard of it. Fascinating though. Let's let the power release, right? Massive burns. That's what I think we should do.
Witness the flames.
A storm is coming.
Let's just do the same. Electrify territory. The usual. Published in 1944, height of World War II. Good visions where she saw Jesus in the faces of other people. Well, that's very spiritually appropriate, I would say. People? No, it's bonk. Let's bonk. Build up that break. How much damage? Break meters.
Brace yourself.
Counter, nice, love it. Let's see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I don't get a counter on that. Okay, fine. I'm in defensive stance. I can burn canvas. Yeah, let's just burn canvas. I will say, this version of the Lampmaster is way easier than the previous one. Dramatically easier. Mayhem? Okay, let's just electrify, get some stains back.
See.
Imsim says, I'm intrigued. It's intriguing, I just wish their built-in Bible was a Dewey Reams. Look, there are honestly probably better translations than Dewey Reams. The reason I like it is because it's a direct translation of the Vulgate. And the reason I like the Vulgate is because I'm a medievalist, like in academic terms. I study the medievals, and the Vulgate was their Bible. So when I read the Dewey Reams, I'm reading an English translation of what they read and how they understood the Bible. And when I read the Vulgate, I'm, first of all, learning my Latin. Second of all, practicing learning my Latin. Second of all, I am reading, again, what the people I study read. I would say that a lot of more modern translations are probably better translations, or at least more readable. So, there you go. That's... I don't think I'm in violation of the Council of Trent by saying that. Sorry, the canons of the Council of Trent. At least I don't think so. Yeah, let's rock. Owie! Exhaust. Oh. That's not ideal.
Brace yourself. Okay.
Fresh.
I'm inoffensive. I can. I can just burning canvas again. No, I should, Phantom Strike, right? Oh, screw it. It will take me out of offensive stance, but I don't care. I'm just gonna burn canvas. That's fine.
Void, take everything.
Just big damage. Big damage.
Let the ink
431 damage. 431,000 damage. Imsim says, how can Pope Leo balance being a pope for Catholics who prefer the ordinary form and those who prefer the extraordinary form? He could do it like Pope Benedict did. Just allow both. That's how. Not to mention the Eastern Rite Catholics in the church. The Eastern Rite Catholics are doing just fine. Don't worry. They're doing fine. I'm not really worried about how the Eastern Rite are doing. They're doing just fine.
Feel the embrace of fire.
Massive damage.
Thunder. ready to evade.
Still exhausted, which is bad, but it's fine, right? Power and heal itself. Yeah, that didn't help me.
Ready to
Did
go.
it? Oh, it got rid of the... It did get rid of the thing. Which Ghost Strike? Or just Swift Stride? Okay, hold on. If I go into Virtuoso Stance, what do I need to do? What do I want to do? Running Canvas, I guess. Imsynth asks, how can bishops be faithful? How can bishops be bishops to the faithful in their diocese of both forms of the Mass? By allowing both. Like they're just different. They are just different forms of the same rite. They're both the Latin rite. So there is no canonical difference between them. Like I don't see a problem. Look, my pastor is a pastor to a parish that has both extraordinary and ordinary forms of the Mass, of the Latin Rite. I don't see a problem. He's a pastor to both. And the other priests are priests to both. That said, there is one priest who does not celebrate the ordinary form, and there's one priest who does not celebrate the extraordinary form, except in very rare occasions in both. But still, the pastor does both on occasions. So whatever. It's not like these are in any way mutually exclusive. Let's just bring Canvas again. Just massive damage. This should kill it, I think. Yeah, there we go. Kill the dude. Joyara. Excellent. Upgraded Joyara. Imsim says, I mean in terms of understanding. I've heard some bishops have limited, slowed, or tried to scale back the growth of the extraordinary form. Yeah, they have, but they shouldn't do that. I think that's a bad thing that they're doing, and they probably shouldn't. Not that it's my business, and I don't have any authority over them, of course, but I don't think they should be doing that. Like I said, though, I think that the Pope Benedict approach is probably the best. The allow both. Allow diocesan Latin Mass. Of course, make sure that it is done properly and reverently and all that, but again, if both are permitted, then I don't see a problem.
Two down, 2 to go.
We've conquered UFO once again. Back to the plaza. Alright, we're gonna save and quit here, I think. Yeah, for tonight. Go over to the Flago. Any skills to look. Wow, I have 6 points! Oh boy! Oh, that's a lot. Lightning Dance, Storm Color. That's actually quite good. For 6 AP, that's actually really good. For 3 turns. That was actually quite good. Very high single target lightning damage, 6 hits, trigger an additional hit. If it has all 3 of the other stains, greatly increase damage. That's actually pretty good. What's this one? Elemental Trick. Deals all 4 hits, 1 of each. Critical hits generate stains. Elemental Genesis. Extreme damage to all enemies. 8 hits. Only be cast with all 4. That's really good. But how often do I have all 4 stains? I mean, look, honestly, fairly often. I am going to save up for that one. It's common enough that I actually have all 4. Or no, that's pointless. That's a Forte, pointless. Last chance, pointless. What's this thing? Stenhall. Single target void damage, 1 hit. Remove shields and self-applies defense. Yeah. It's massive damage from what I've seen, but Sword Ballet is apparently quite good. Quite good. But no. Puts me in defensive, which is also not great. 15 points of it. Ability, might. That'll work. Okay. Rest. Yes. And we've saved. How should a bishop conduct themselves in this realm? Should a predominant ordinary form bishop hop into Latin Mass, visit the faithful, perform a mass? They can just celebrate it in the ordinary form. If they either disprefer or just don't ordinarily celebrate and are so or not like used to it or practiced in it, it's the same mass. Like, okay, this is the thing that drives me insane about both trads, even just normal trads, not even the crazy rad trads, but then also the like Spirit of Vatican II ultramodernists, is that they treat the ordinary extraordinary forms of the Latin Rite as if they're two different rites, or two different rites, or two different sui juris churches or something. It's like they pretend that the Latin Rite is not one rite but two, or like it's the difference between the ordinary form of the Mass and the Byzantine Rite, or something like that, which is not. They're the same rite. Like, if you usually go to the extraordinary form, right, and suppose the bishop comes and celebrates the Mass in the ordinary form, okay, like whatever, like that's the thing. Maybe if let me put it this way, for another example, I think that I usually go to, and again I've talked about this before, but like I've said, my parish does both ordinary extraordinary forms of the Mass. We usually go to the ordinary form. We go to the English ordinary form Mass, primarily because the kids can follow along with what's going on. And look, Saoirse is getting ready for her first communion. She needs to know what's happening, and if it's in Latin, she won't. I'm sorry, she won't. She has a mental breakdown when anything is in a language she doesn't understand. Like, she doesn't put up with it. She won't put up with it. She doesn't like it. Not her thing. I know a lot of rad trads like to say that, oh no, kids are so much better behaved in the Latin Mass because, I don't know, they never give a reason for this. And by the way, this is, I'm talking about Brian Holdsworth primarily. He's the big named like Catholic online internet micro celebrity who talks about this and says, oh no, the kids are so much better behaved at the Latin Mass rather instead of the ordinary form. I'm just like, no, what? No. The kids have been to a Latin Mass and they're not any better behaved. And honestly, they're not much worse, but they did complain about not knowing what was going on. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, no, it's the same rite. If you need to show up to the other one, you can show up to the other one. Like I said, the most recent time we went to an extraordinary form was because it was a more convenient time for us. Really, that is the extent of the decision making in a lot of cases. And honestly, our parish, the ordinary form, is beautifully and reverently done, because it is the kind of parish that does the Latin Mass, and so people care about good liturgy, right? By people, I mean both parishioners and priests care about good liturgy. So that's what it takes. That's the difference. The ordinary form can be just as reverent, just as beautiful as the extraordinary form, especially if the extraordinary form is let's say, done as it was done 100 years ago, which, quite frankly, was very ordinary at the time. And in a lot of cases, probably pretty irreverent, because it was full of the ordinary pew sitters that you today get in your usual hippy-dippy, happy-clappy, boomer Novus Ordo Mass. So whatever. Like, again, I see practically no difference. Well, really. Maybe you have a preference for one or the other. That's cool. That's allowed. More power to you. I have a preference for the Latin Mass if especially high mass. But I'm perfectly fine, perfectly satisfied with the ordinary form. It is. It's a preference. Yeah, Baze, you're right. It's a preference. That's all. It's not even being of a different rite. Now, okay, here's a perfect contrast point. Okay. I've been to, regularly at least, I've regularly attended 2 different rites of the Mass. 2 different Catholic rites. The Latin rite, mostly in the ordinary form, but sometimes in the extraordinary form. But again, same rite, so the Latin rite, and the Byzantine rite. Not Byzantine, sorry. Benedictine rite. That's it, Benedictine rite. Now, the Benedictine rite liturgy, if you didn't know any better, you would have a hard time distinguishing it from the ordinary form of the Latin rite. You might just think, they're doing some things that are kind of weird here. You might even think that it's liturgical abuse. I will say, before I realized that the Benedictine rite was a separate rite, I had that fear for a moment. But of course, it's not. It is a different rite. It is a different sui juris church, the Benedictines. The Benedictine rite liturgy. There are only a few very minor differences from the ordinary form of the Latin Mass, of the Latin Rite Mass. In fact, on its surface at least, aesthetically, the Benedictine Rite liturgy is more similar to the ordinary form than the ordinary form is to the extraordinary form. But it's its own separate church. It is a separate rite. And so they are more different in ways that matter. So again, it's very easy to get hung up on aesthetics. Very easy. And especially if you are at least culturally used to, as Baze says, fog machines and electric guitars, right? If you're comparing it with that, then yeah, maybe you won't really care about aesthetics, and I can't blame you for that, because I'd like to avoid that sort of thing too. Honestly, much worse, far worse than fog machines or electric guitars is drum kits. If a mass has a drum kit, and there are Catholic masses that have drum kits, but if it has a drum kit, that is something I desperately want to avoid. Desperately. But anyway, that's my rant. It's important that we remember what are the more important things, the more important similarities and the more important distinctions, rather than the superficial or merely aesthetic ones. And yeah, that is true. I think clapping at Mass is almost always inappropriate. For that very reason, right? You're clapping at the foot of the cross. That's irreverent. Now, clapping after Mass is over, under certain circumstances, might be okay. Clapping before Mass, like if there's a choir performance before Mass starts or something, that can be appropriate. That's fine. But during the Mass, I don't think that's a good idea. No, Imsip, you didn't offend me. I think that you might have the wrong focus here is all. That's it. But it's a common one, and it's something I think that I'm glad to address, and it's something I enjoy talking about. I like talking about liturgy subject stuff. I was far more bothered at the end of Tuesday's stream when I was talking about Moderna murdering a child. That was a lot worse. That had my jimmies really rustled. This has just got me all amped up. That's all. Which maybe I shouldn't be this amped up after midnight. Look at the time. Anyway, thanks for joining me. That's all I got time for. So, thanks again, folks. I'll see you guys next time. I will tell you what, Ibseb, just for you and for everybody else, I'll clip that and combine it with what I was saying early tonight about not too early tonight, but midway through tonight about exposing evil, that sort of thing. I'll combine that sort of thing, and I'll have that out sometime this weekend as its own sort of thing, schedule permitting. But anyway, so in any case, that's all I got. I'm out of time tonight, so I will see you guys hopefully Tuesday. My schedule is getting a little bit wonky upcoming for reasons that are clear to some of you if you're in Discord, and will become apparent at some point when I let everybody know about it. But anyway, I think we'll be here next Tuesday. We'll see. If not, then I'll see you when I see you. And until then, have a good night. Remember, don't be safe, be well. More importantly, be good. Good night, everybody.